Alright, hello folks, and welcome back to another episode of Car Mechanic Simulator 2014. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, and honestly I'm just ready to hop right back into this. So what is find and eliminate the problem. At any rate, the reason that I hadn't put any videos up was because of the... Okay, let's take us for a test drive. I hadn't put any videos up because with the 4th of July coming up, I was trying to get one put out. But unfortunately, I kind of lost internet here at my dorm. So I ended up not being able to get a video uploaded. At any rate, let's get back into this. So I believe the complaint about this, if I remember correctly, was about it being pretty bumpy. So let's just see what this yields. I have gotten a fair bit better at doing the slalom though. But at any rate, I hope all of you had a good 4th of July if you're here in the States. And if not, I hope your summer ain't been too swelteringly hot. Alright, let's see what this yields. Makes horrible sounds on drive slowly on bumpy roads, so I'm thinking maybe the rubber bushings. Seeing a bad sway bar there. I was thinking maybe the rubber bushings, because maybe they're stiff. But I don't know. Let's see if it's just a matter of the sway bar being bad. Can I inspect this? I don't think that ever goes bad. Let's just see. Let me see if I can repair the sway bar. No. Let me buy one and see if it was just that being the problem. Shop. Where is it? Need a sway bar end link. Come on, you're in here somewhere on the right side. So if we're lucky, this is the issue. But yeah, so this is going to be coming out on a Friday, because I'm recording this on the 11th. Yep, that was it. I'm recording this on the 11th. I'm going to put it up today. And tomorrow, because on Saturdays I'd like to start a car. I need to make basic maintenance. Alright then. But as I was saying, I want to put another game up alongside this, because I'll be honest, it's nothing to crank these episodes out, because this game's not exactly hard. And I'm sure it's probably not the most interesting one out there. What about there? Back a little bit. Yeah, right about there. It's not the hardest game out there, and I'll admit, not the most interesting. Let me see about getting this a little more to the left. Right there. Is that too far back? I don't think so. Yeah, let's just do it. But yeah, I'm going to do another game, and I think I'm actually going to do... Ah, that wasn't it. Also, he had very little oil in this. Just make sure. Air and oil filters too. But being that it's not the most interesting game out there, I'd like to do a little something else. I think I'm actually going to, because I picked up the Batman Arkham series. Let me buy these. I picked up the Batman Arkham series. So I think I'm actually going to do the first game in the series, which was Arkham Asylum. So I think I'm going to put that up tomorrow. And I think I'm going to have it where this will go back to Wednesdays like it should be. But I'm also going to do Arkham Asylum on Saturdays. And who knows, maybe I'll even bump it up to like 3 times a week. Or maybe I won't always do Arkham Asylum on Saturday. That's if I do Arkham Asylum, which I'm thinking right now is the one I'll end up doing. Is he going to want me to change the oil filter cap? Yeah, he didn't say anything about it. But I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. And, like I said, I'll admit, this game's not the most interesting. I still have fun with it, don't get me wrong, but I could definitely go for doing more than just this. I can only hope that you all are finding some entertainment in it. And, I mean, the series does get views. Not many, but it does get some views, so people must not be totally bored with it. But tell you what, I'm definitely looking forward to see how the Arkham series pans out, because according to most people, it's supposed to be a really good game. Okay, how much we got? I don't know why it's slowing up. It's not even close. You know what, you're good there. And then I also gotta check the timing. Ooh, that's bad. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that game is. So, alright, getting back to the this game. So it looks like the engine belt, the timing belt's gone bad. Which, if you know anything about engines, timing belts are one of the items where you need to replace it regularly before it goes out. Ideally, you'd like to do that with everything, but usually you can get away with repairing something after it fails. Engine belts are not that way. Or timing belts, more rather. Timing belts, because pretty much all engines nowadays are interference fit to get the compression way up. It means you can't let those snap, because you'll usually bend you'll bend most, if not all, of your valves. I think it's about time I go to the books, because I just now remembered those exist. Started to sound terrible while turning. Something to do with the steering, no doubt. As obvious as that sounds, I guarantee you it's could be something with the tie rod. Could be a bearing. Because it, once you put some, what's that, axial force on it, it starts to sound bad. learning books. How much I got? 8,000. This, may as well. I gotta be honest, that doesn't seem too useful. And do I have enough money to buy some more? 5,000. You know what, why not just start stacking the discount stuff? Okay, I've got 1,000 left over, so that means I should be able to buy whatever I need to fix the car. I must say, my commentary is definitely not that interesting today. Alright, let's get this thing out on the test track. Alright, so it's while turning. Suppose I should probably wait till this for the slalom. And if that logo is anything to go off of on the steering wheel, I think this is supposed to be based off of what's that? The Infiniti, which is, I think, Nissan's luxury brand. In the same way that Honda has Acura, and Toyota's got... Or does Toyota have Acura? No, because... Do they? You know, I might have to look that up, because I'm pretty sure Honda's got Acura, and Toyota, I'm forgetting their luxury brand. I think their luxury brand is Lexus. Yeah, Lexus. So, I believe Nissan's luxury brand is supposed to be Infiniti. I don't know, I don't get too much into what their luxury brands are, because I don't... Why am I coming over here? I don't really care a whole awful lot about it. Okay, so I was wrong. It's actually the CV axles. I suppose I could see that being an issue. So here's the good question. What do they actually call these? I clearly missed it. Oh, drive axle left and drive axle right. I suppose that should have been a little bit obvious. But yeah, I think this is supposed to be based off the Infiniti. At the very least, these are pretty easy to remove. Yeah, we'll go install the bad one back on there. So I'm going to try and keep these on the shorter side. So this will be the second order. I'm going to keep it to 4. Because the last episode was supposed to run shorter than the first one. And it ended up running a lot longer. I think it ran for 40 minutes, which is definitely not what I wanted. But that's because I was pumping out like 5 or 6 orders. I'm going to keep this just to 3. I'm going to keep this one to 3 orders. And then I'll probably, right after this, edit this, get this uploaded, and then go and do Batman. Okay, what's the next order? Hit something hard on a bumpy road, and I assume it broke one of the exhaust pipes. I'm curious to know what you hit with that. Well, I think I found it. Let's go to examine. Yep, it's the middle one. Because, yeah, the rest, I've noticed it seems that if pipes are rusty, that means they're damaged, or if anything's kind of rusty, except for, like, I assume tires and stuff like filters. If it's got metal to it, the metal will be rusted. curious what he hit. Although it's not often that you end up breaking exhaust components hitting stuff. Usually it's your suspension that'll suffer. I guess he must have run something over. Let's see if I can... Oh, I should have seen if I could fix those axles. The answer to that's no. Okay, exhaust pipe in the middle. My apologies. The 911 system is apparently out in my state right now, which is not... That's a little concerning. So hopefully I don't suffer a heart attack in the next, hour or so, or however long they're expecting to take to fix it. But that did scare me quite a bit hearing that, because that's usually what I hear for severe weather, which is usually a lot bigger of a threat than the 911 system being down. Alright, is this done? Yes. I'll do one more, then I think I'll call it. Hopefully this only makes it like 20 minutes instead of 35 or 40. The faster I drive, the louder this horrible noise gets. I also notice that the dashboard lights are getting dimmer. Ah. I'm going to sell all my parts, and then I'm not even going to check under the hood. I'm going to run an OBD2 test, because that's the second statement. I think I know what's happening. I suspect the alternator's going. If it suffered some sort of failure, the faster they go, the more engine RPMs. Then, obviously, if there's something wrong with it, if it's got damage to, what would that be, the stator? I think it's the stator. If it's got something wrong with that, it'll make a bad noise, and then it's not putting out power. That's exactly what I thought. You take the serpentine belt off and then get the alternator off. Now I should be able to, yeah. Alternator is something I know you can repair. Or rebuild, rather. Because I've personally disassembled one for class. Granted, though, it was a bit bigger than that. And that's done. So I think, let me see how long the recording time is. Recording time is going about 18 minutes, so you know what? We'll put one final one in. We'll make this somewhere in the 20-minute range. I can barely afford a car, but I've managed to buy myself one. It doesn't start, though. You only have $300 left and need it working before you can show it to your parents. Doesn't start. Okay. If it doesn't start, then a road test won't do it any good. Will it let me do one? Yep. Or, no. Let me run an OBD2 test, because I think the starter's going bad on it. Maybe also a bad battery. I guess it would help if I started the test. Alright, I also noticed we got some lights on there. I can't see it too good, but one of them is just for the parking brake, and the other one is, I don't know, stability control? I can't actually see it all that well, and it's pretty low resolution to boot. Ooh, this looks bad. How's the starter looking? Not good. But I think your bigger issue is definitely the fact that the ignition wires are, ooh, and you've got old bad spark plugs. That'll do it. You know, the game's got unscrewing mechanics, but it doesn't have me unscrew a part that is held in entirely by being screwed in. Repair? Didn't think so. You know what? If you're looking to do it on the cheap, why don't I see what the used market's got? Those are bad. Yeah, that's a good spark plug though. You know, you win some, you lose some. I'm pretty sure 39% is still too bad. Well, you know, if it's at that condition, it might actually take. Let me buy all new spark plugs. Or at least 3 more new ones. I wonder how it's keeping track of that decimal because it only displays in whole dollar amounts. But providing those spark plug wires take, though, I mean, they're the same condition as almost everything else in this car. And I got them on the cheap. So if it complains about this, you know, you try and help people out in this world and it ain't never enough for them. Okay, let me go buy you some new spark plug wires. I guess this would have them as ignition wires. Examine some stuff here. Because it says that it's not starting. What? Ah, don't tell me it's because I bought a used spark plug to put in it. Because what would... Okay, if it's not starting, it could be the fuel pump. Let me go check that. Let me check that to see, because a good way to kind of work through if an engine's not starting, engines need fuel, and, you know, it's good. Just remember, engines need fuel, air, and something to fire it off. In a diesel, that's the compression. A gasoline, that's the... Let me see if the solution's buying a new spark plug. But yeah, in gasoline engines, the spark plugs are what provide that initial ignition. In diesels, it's just a matter of the compression. Tell you what, I won't be a little cross if this turns out not working because I'm missing something else. I don't agree with the design on this one, but okay. I believe we're now about a quarter of the way through the orders in this game. Replace the rubber bushings. Alright, so... Oh, I got $105 for the job. Even though I'm fairly certain the pay he only had 300, he gave me 105. So it looks like the used store is just a trap, don't ever use it. You know what, folks, I'm going to leave it there this episode. Going to replace the rubber bushings next episode. So I hope you've all enjoyed, and I hope you all take care now.